That's the SGX Nifty indicating a flat start. The last week, of course, was good, especially for the broader market. Ashwini Gujral, Sudarshan Sukhani and Prakash Gaba, Mitesh Thakkar now join us. Good morning. Ashwini, what's the trade setup looking like to you, both on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty? Considering last week's mid-cap outperformance and the overall bullish nature, is this a market that you want to buy?
Good morning. These trends are hardly a week-long trend. You can't say that mid-caps have really turned till you have 2 or 3 weeks going in the same direction. Basically, the Nifty rally from 400 points is tending to now flag around 200 points of a Nifty rally. So, consolidation is the only way to describe it. There are certain group of strong stocks which continue to move up. There are other groups of weaker stocks which are coming off even as the market goes up. I think Bank Nifty is very key. It has to continue to rally for us to move beyond this 10,840, 850 zone. If you ask me, you want to buy the dips. You don't need to chase 30, 40 point rallies because follow through is patchy. So I would tend to buy, say, around 10, 750. Maybe, Friday's low on the Bank Nifty somewhere around 26, 850, 900. The idea should be to, have some margin of safety when you are buying. If you buy here and the market chops you for the next 3 days, it won't serve you well.
Okay, fair point. Sudarshan, good morning to you. What's your sense? We seem to have started with some decent global cues, which of course are receding now. But do you think we are good to run a little harder up till 900?
Yeah, good morning, Lata. Well, we found strong support at 10,600 repeatedly, and we are bouncing from those levels. Now, India is underperforming for so many reasons that we can understand. But the trend is still up, and I would be a buyer at current levels. Now, it's always possible that you can get a dip and buy that dip, but it's difficult to define it. So for the Nifty, the trade is still to buy the index. Your stops can be raised now to 10,700. So there is a small risk. The reward is 10,900, 950, anything. So the challenge is primarily to stay put with the markets when they become volatile or when they are doing nothing, as can happen on Friday and even today. Stay with your long positions and expect eventually to see a rally on the higher side.
Okay, all right. So expecting a rally towards the upper levels. Let's move on. Mitesh Thakkar also with us. Mitesh, good morning. Are you expecting last week's positive trend to continue this time around, this Monday as well?
Good morning. So I think there is some kind of an upward push. Last 3 days we have seen the intraday charts play out very well and the markets have bounced back from the 10,650 support. But the longer term trend is still not showing any clear signs of an upward bias. So I think there could be some choppiness, but I think we could test the 200-day average at 10,860 and beyond that 10,920 could be visited. So mild upward bias is what will keep. The breadth has improved, which is a very positive side, which all of you are also very highlighting. So maybe stock specific trading is much more rewarding. But also is the fact that 10,750 now becomes the downward pointer. So I think any intraday dips closer to that would be buying opportunity. We said the same thing on Friday as well, and Friday we did get a low around 10,758. So I think those kind of trades could be taken on the indices. But otherwise, it's a market which is mildly positively biased, but I'm not very aggressively bullish on the overall index pattern.
Okay, let's talk about individual stocks then, because perhaps you're getting more traction there. Sudarshan, good morning. What are you trading?
Yeah, good morning. Anuj, you're right. There's probably going to be more traction in the stocks. And Axis Bank is a buying opportunity. Axis Bank has outperformed the Nifty Bank and has one of the best charts in the private sector banks. So consider buying that. Cipla is a buy. It's essentially a buy on dips trade. We've seen a small rally after that big decline. That rally is in a consolidation. I would expect the consolidation to break on the upside. And finally, Infosys, small decline, and the decline has stopped and stemmed. So given the fact that IT stocks are outperforming, that's a buy. So 3 buying ideas in the large caps. And Tata Power is a short sell. If you look at the chart, it's been falling relentlessly. Many power companies are doing that, and it's leading the decline. And Chennai Petro, another petrochem company where difficult to understand what's going on, but day after day there is a decline in the stock prices. So 2 intraday short sells and 3 larger cap buys.
Okay, thanks for that, Sudarshan. Ashwini, you have a bunch of buys.
See, basically, sort of smaller stocks are kind of outperforming. So REC, PFC, they tend to move higher almost on a weekly basis. REC is a buy with a stop of 130, target of 142. JSPL is a buy with a stop of 156, target of 170. Basically, if this China issue is getting solved, that's probably a bit of positive. Balkrishna Industries is a buy with a stop of 847, target of 873. Dabur is a buy with a stop of 430, target of 450. And BEML is a buy with a stop of 810, target of 835.
Wow, there's an all-buy list, index and stocks for Ashwini this morning. Sudarshan, how's your list looking like? Mitesh, beg your pardon. Mitesh, what's on your list?
So I have 3 buys to a sell. Balkrishna Industries, very good continuation breakout on the intraday chart. So buy with a stop at 839. Look for 885 as the target. A buy on Dabur with a stop at 431 for targets of 445. The intraday charts are quite positive. And a similar setup is happening on charts of Mahindra & Mahindra, where I would recommend buying with a stop at 638 for targets of 662. I have 1 sell call. That's in Kotak Bank, which had a gap breakdown. Obviously, there was a news of bulk deal happening over there. But the pattern could see some more downsides in the near future. So sell with a stop at 1251. Look for targets of 1210.
Actually, I'm a little surprised by the sell you have on Kotak. I mean, on Friday, there was the overhang of the ING group selling its large 3% stake in that bank. But you don't... at what point is there a support, Mitesh, for Kotak Bank?
Yeah, so Lata, I think what happened is that we have seen multiple times the stock failing to get past 1300, and then we got a gap down because of the bulk news. Now the pattern in the short term does suggest that this gap down could see mild follow through to about levels of 1210, 1205. So that's my target on the downside.
All right. Thanks, gentlemen. We're going to have, of course, lots more questions for you, especially among real estate and housing finance companies. But all that in a minute. We are going to focus on the impact of that GST rate cut for the real estate sector with a heavyweight from that space.